Cheers, and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, we're brewing a Dunkel for a reason. Like, more than just brewing it for a Dunkel. Kind of brewing it for two reasons. How to brew one beer for two purposes. That's what this should be. But yeah, hey. Thank you. Or if it moved over there, I don't know. YouTube likes to move things around. One thing you may be noticing is, yes, I've been trying to brew on the Spike Solo because it's not getting as much love as some of the other systems. And I don't think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. I'm missing something. I was missing something like that on another system. What is it? It's the recirculation. Why? Because I don't need it because I'm not doing big hoppy beer. You know, I could use it for other purposes. I have heard that some people on this system will have it go around to reduce that dead spot, but I just kind of do a little lift, adjust. I'm good. No big deal, but that is pretty smart because it keeps the wort moving around there. I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to brew a Dunkel, and we're going to brew it for a really big reason. Well, have you ever decided to brew a beer and realize you don't have all the stuff you need to brew it the way you want to brew it? That would be this beer. I do say it's okay to color outside the lines. You brew what you want to brew. I like to use style guidelines as a guideline. And yes, I may color outside the lines. It's okay. I'm brewing for me. I'm not brewing for everyone else. I'm brewing for me. And sometimes you have to color outside the lines to get what you're really trying to achieve. So what was I doing? Well, I'm brewing a bunch of beers for Halloween. That's right, a bunch of beers that I'm going to give away to adults on Halloween. I have my bourbon barrel-aged pumpkin lager, finished fermenting, getting ready to do some movement of that. I have the Rice Krispie Treat lager. That's still fermenting, almost done. And this is going to be a Dunkel that I'm going to split in half, and half of it's going to become my Carrot Cake Brown Ale, or brown lager now. Originally, I was thinking about doing a brown oatmeal ale. So oatmeal brown ale, oatmeal, however you want to say it. And I was like, you know, that would be pretty good because oatmeal, wheat, things like that help to carry those flavors a little bit more. And then I'm like, I don't know, you know, some people might not be as into that because ales are a little bit more in your face, and I'm good with that. But lagers are smooth, and they seem to come by and are usually a little bit more accepted by people who normally wouldn't drink something that isn't what I call very thin water beer. Or maybe they don't prefer beer, they like wine. And I'm not trying to make these dessert beers or sweet beers, I'm just trying to make them kind of dessert, but without the sweetness, you know what I'm saying? Just really nice drinking beers. So let's get into what the malt bill is. I had to modify the malt bill because I didn't have all the grains I wanted. And then last night, really late, I had gotten up at 5 in the morning, drove almost 8 hours that day, and went down to Jupiter, Florida, came back up to Jacksonville, and later that night, I tried to put a recipe together. Between last night and this morning, somehow I lost 2 pounds of Munich. I don't know, maybe I weighed one twice. I don't know what I did. It just happens. So here's the grain bill. Very simple, a little under 11 pounds. And I have 4.4 pounds, 2 ounces of dark Munich. Yeah, that is like the base malt. I was gonna go all Munich. I have 2.4 ounces of regular Munich, which is what I thought I had 4 pounds of. So to compensate, normally in a Dunkel, you would either go all Munich or you do Pilsner and Munich. I'm not gonna do that. That's what I'm saying, brew for you. I'm gonna use 2 pounds of number 19 floor malted Maris Otter from Crisp. Why? Well, because I have it, and I could use Pilsner, I have that too. But I wanna keep that nice, rich base on this beer. I mean, I want it to be really, really nice. And I've looked at the profiles of the majority of all these malts, and they are perfect for what I'm looking for. They will carry the flavor of the carrot cake beautifully. And yes, you could brew the carrot cake too, because it's super simple, and I'll explain. 1 pound, 5.7 ounces of Cara Munich. It's gonna give us a little more color, a little more richness, gonna bring out some hints of raisin and nuttiness and the flavors that you would find in something like a carrot cake. Yeah, see, brewing with a purpose. Now, I also decided to go, well, what the hell, swing it out there. I saw a couple Munich Dunkels brewed with a hint of honey malt, or even a half pound of honey malt. So I went with 10 ounces, yeah. But I did the honey biscuit. That way I'm gonna get a little bit of that honey sweetness, but I'm also gonna get some of that breadiness, which you would find in a, yeah, you probably already said it, carrot cake, yeah. Then, this is all me, Some people in Dunkels put in a hint of chocolate. Well, on my Dunkel Weizens, which are usually more than 50% wheat and are an ale, I love a little chocolate rye in there. Love it, love it, love it, or just some chocolate. I decided to go with 4 ounces of chocolate rye, which sounds like not enough, but you know, that's 2.3 ounces. It's noticeable. 2.3 ounces will be noticeable. Then we're doing 1 ounce of Hallertau Magnum at 15 minutes. Not really looking for an aroma hop, but like I said, I'm trying to dial in some of my boil offs and my brewing, and I don't have to pay as much of attention to that until the last 15 minutes when I go to add the hops. And if I need more boil off, then great, I'll let it go for a few minutes. If I don't, then I'm just gonna go ahead and I can always backfill and add a little bit more of the distilled, AKA deionized water. And then we're gonna use German Lager 830 from White Labs as our yeast. That's a perfect yeast for this. Now, one thing I'm doing differently that I've done just not that often, you probably notice if you watch this channel a lot, I love to mash at 150. It's not too dry, but it's on the drier side. This one we really don't want to go too dry, so I'm doing it 152. That way I get a little less out of the sugars, and instead of being around 6%, it'll be around 5.8. Yes, I don't know if any of you caught that, but a Dunkel, the top is 5.6. I'm at 5.8, and that's expected. We don't know yet until it's all done. I didn't see what the final G was as far as what it expected it to be. That's gonna matter. Sometimes it's way off, but no, it's 1.012. That's probably pretty close to where it's gonna end up. So yeah, we'll probably hit 5.8 as long as we hit our OG on here, which is expected to be 1.056. And here's how we're gonna do a carrot cake. Okay, if you've seen my other channel or other shows, yeah, other videos where I do flavoring, yeah, Amoretti. Amoretti is amazing. There's a little catch, 22 here. If you're doing an ale and you back sweeten it with a little bit of Amoretti, you're gonna get really good flavors. They're gonna last, you can bottle it, you're good. It's gonna last for a while. I'm not gonna say it's gonna last for like a normal beer would be. It's gonna last. It will ferment out over time. If you're gonna do a lager, you literally have like a week to drink that thing. 2 weeks, it's gonna almost be completely gone. It will re-ferment. Even in a fridge sitting at around 34 degrees, it will re-ferment. Trust me, I've done it with the Rice Krispie treat. And I mean, this is all natural, it's all good stuff, but the main ingredients are, of course, sugar, dextrose, fructose. Then you get your natural flavor and your plant extracts. I don't understand that part, but needless to say, yeah, this stuff is amazing. Doesn't have glycol in it. I love this stuff, but it's sugar. And what happens when you give yeast sugar? It eats it. So this is gonna be added a couple days, if not a day, before I start serving the carrot cake beer out on my porch Halloween evening. That's right, in Springfield, Jacksonville. Well, Jacksonville, Florida, Springfield area, that's the neighborhood, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and the brewing salts, we're gonna add in 2 phases. I'm gonna tell you all the brewing salts, but I'm gonna add the baking soda and chalk last, and that'll be after the mash. So this right here is pretty much Epsom salt and a calcium chloride. Go like that. Spoon. This is our mash basket. Okay, we're gonna mash in and we're gonna speed this part up. Yeah, I added just a hair under 4 ounces of rice hulls. Always have to remember rice hulls. Why? Just to be safe. It's like insurance. Here we go. Okay, time to open the valve, get the water, future wort, flowing, and turn on the pump, and restrict it a little bit. Actually, that's pretty good. I might turn it down a tiny bit. Some grains splashed up on this ledge. Not that they really matter, it's only a tiny bit, but that's okay. My OCD being OCD. Okay, now the grains are a little compacted, which means that I started the pump off way too powerful. So we're gonna loosen that up a bit without putting my hand all the way at the bottom. Okay, that should be sufficient. I think I'm gonna slow that pump down a bit though. It's definitely compacted. It's lifting up a bit high. This is when you whip out the mash paddle. Yep, it's rising way too fast. So I've got a stuck mash. I need to break that up a little off the bottom. Okay. Doesn't seem to be rising now, which means I don't have a stuck mash anymore. I think one of the biggest problems in the beginning when you get a stuck mash, it's not that you're hitting too much liquid on top. It's that you're pulling from the bottom too quickly and it pulls that mash down and causes it all to stick and clog. Like putting too much toilet paper in a toilet, it's gonna clog. So starting it off as restricted as possible is always better. It's my own fault. Did what I did, but I fixed it. And we're looking pretty damn good. So I'm gonna cover this up. We're gonna be here for 75 minutes. We're gonna crank up to 168 for 10 minutes. We'll mash out. We're not gonna do a sparge. We will do a Vorloff, which is where you lift it up and you just let it recirculate a little bit longer, just to ensure that you've gotten any kind of bits and grains out of there to clear up the wort a little bit more. Because when you pull it up and it gets jostled around, some things can fall out of the basket. Okay, we're done with the mash. Kicked it up to 168, let it sit there for about 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna pick it up, set it on the side, and we're gonna do a Vorloff, which is where we're basically just rinsing the grains one more time with the wort that's already in there. And we'll do that just for a few minutes, make sure everything looks good, and make sure the wort's running clear, and then we'll get ready for the boil. So let me lift this up. Always easier said than done. Not very hard on this one. This one's pretty easy to lift, so. Okay, I'm gonna start the Vorloff and I'll show you what's going on, okay? Turn the pump on. It's not doing much because I don't have it open. Okay, this will make it easier. It's not the on-off valve that's burning me. It's me touching the edge of the metal to get kind of a leverage. There we go. I'm gonna kick it up kind of high. That way I can kind of control it a little bit. I'll give you a quick shot of what's going on up here. You can do it like this manually, like I'm doing, or you can kick it way up and let it run on its own. Now that I've lifted it, the grain bed was disturbed. And since the grain bed was disturbed, it's recommended on the spike solo just to do a few minutes of a Vorloff at minimum. That way, anything that got disturbed that could have got stuck into the wort, it's gonna come back through and be filtered back out. That's all, nothing major. Okay, I'm gonna let it drip there for a little bit. Once it's done dripping, I'll kick it up, get it up to a boil, and as soon as we get up to around the boil, we'll resume. Okay, ooh, crap, I was gonna say we already had a boil, and it had already broke. But I got foam. I got a lot of foam. I didn't have it a minute, second ago, I don't know. Whew, splashed a little of the foam over. Oh man. What was that? Don't take your eye off the ball. Everything looked beautiful, had a nice rolling boil. Oh, I forgot. Hey, don't do 100% on the 10-gallon system. You'll have a boil over. Almost forgot. So let's bring that bad boy down to 75. It was looking beautiful. I forgot. Yeah, this heating element is a beast. If you get to 15, you might. If you get to 20 gallon, you're probably good going full power. But yeah, I forgot. Take the eye off the ball and you're gonna miss it. Okay. There's a beautiful rolling boil. Very, very beautiful rolling boil. I may bring it down a little more. Oh crap, I guess I didn't hit it. There you go. You gotta press it to get the white. If you don't press it, it doesn't stick. There we go. Okay, looks pretty. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit, but we'll be here for, yes, 90 minutes. I know some people go, wow, you know, at 30 minutes, I like the water to grain ratio. I'm good, I get good efficiencies. I enjoy brewing. I'm not trying to shave off a few minutes to make something harder or less efficient. So we'll be here technically for, is it 75 minutes? Yeah, 75 minutes. And then we have our Hallertau Magnum at 12.9%, 1 ounce. And we have our, well, then we'll have our Whirlflock tablet, yeast nutrient, things like that. And we'll be rocking and rolling. But yeah, we'll be here for a little while. Okay, we're down to the last 15 minutes. Got the Hallertau Magnum. It's got a nice aroma, it's just very mild. It's more for the bittering. I'm gonna drop this in a bag. I know the heating element's here. I think if I put it over here, it'll be fine. I just don't want to use a hop spider. I just want something easier to squeeze a little. Bag's even easier, just saying. Okay, so got 15 more minutes. I'm gonna get the Whirlflock tablet, a little yeast nutrient ready, and we'll be ready to chill this down. Okay, that's it, I'm calling it. Yes, I just forgot to put the Whirlflock tablet in. Already put a little bit of yeast nutrient. And we're gonna get it chilled down and rock on. Let's kill the heat. Yeah. I'll get the hot bag out of here, and like I said, I'll get everything chilled down and we'll be rocking and rolling. Yeah, that's my head on a plate. I'm an idiot, I forgot to hit record. Yeah, really, seriously. So we're gonna go over what I did. First, we're gonna talk about this really quick. Just, if you've hung out this long, it's worth it to you. If you like a West Coast IPA and you want the smoothest West Coast IPA you can brew, yeah, go see Vito, get Nova Lager for the yeast. Cold IPA, I'll leave a link down below. Yes, it'll be an affiliate link. No, it won't cost you extra. But Vito recommended this to me and sent this to me a while back. The keg is getting ready to kick. I've probably got another half a glass or glass and a half left. It is just my go-to. I never finish a keg. If I do, it's because I gave away the majority of it. It's rare. I won't say I never. It's very rare. It's usually a very light beer because the heavy beers I like, but I can't drink as many. This bad boy, I'm loving it. I mean, yeah, it's got a little age on it. It's an IPA. Maybe it's not, the aroma's not really there anymore, but the flavor is dead on. Get a nice bite, get a nice bitter. And it's a lot smoother than a ale version, but yeah. I love the cold IPAs I made, but this one's the bomb. I'm enjoying it a lot. I know it's current. I don't have one of my older ones to compare, but I'm just saying, Vito did me right, and it's an amazing beer, not just hooking me up, but I mean, really, his recommendations were dead on. So how'd we do? I couldn't have done any better if I tried. 75.2% total efficiency. Yeah, that's brew house total. And yes, my boil off was a little high. I was 0.15. I'm normally 5 gallons, and 0.15 of a gallon total is what I try to pull, and that's what I calculate for. I was exactly 5 gallons. I did a calculation. My gravity was 1.058, should have been 1.056. So I did a little dilution calculation, and I needed to add 0.18 of a gallon. So that was 0.03 higher than what I needed, which put me into a slightly higher total efficiency by 0.2. I gotta tell you, the Spike Solo, if you're in Beersmith or Brewfather, the efficiencies are stupid low. And I get at least 75% or better every time, so I don't know what they're talking about. I will say if you do the 10 gallon, your boil off's crazy, you gotta turn that heat down. My personal recommendation, if you're looking for a Spike Solo, yes, I'll leave links, no, they're not affiliate, get the 15 gallon version. It gives you a little more space, unless you're gonna do a bunch of small batches. Do the 15, that way you can do your 5, get up around the like 6, 7, do some split batches, things like that. Just trust me on that one. Now, what did I already do? Yeah. I added the zinc. This is something new, jury's still out, not sure if it's really helping or not. Yeah, it's pretty inexpensive, but it's only adding 0.2 parts per million. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe it should be like a 5-pack, not a 3-pack, but you know, I do appreciate they're not gouging, and I don't know what it costs to make this stuff. So it's totally irrelevant, to be quite honest. Clarity Firm, yes, they come in the same thing. The zinc stuff is not chilled, Clarity Firm is. Looks like I still have a few dribbles in here, Why do I have a plate on here? I did it because there was a little gnat flying around. I heard my zapper nail something. Not sure if it was the same gnat, but I don't want to risk it. Everything's beautiful. No infections, please. Now, what did I pitch? Well, I pitched the entire vial of this. I just started the starter this morning. It was half full from the previous starter, so it was probably fine, but I just really want to play it safe. And yes, White Labs, 830. I mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but you know, sometimes I change things, but yeah, I stuck to it. Not a big deal. I'll leave a link for the cold IPA if you haven't already seen it. Oh, dude, yeah, just an amazing beer. I've brewed a few myself, but this one is an amazing beer. And that's it. I mean, don't forget during the taste test, we're gonna have 2 taste tests. I know you're thinking, what do you mean 2? We're gonna have one for the Dunkel. Got a hint of chocolate, a hint of rye, but it's a Dunkel. And then we're gonna split about half of the Dunkel off, and we're gonna add the all-natural artesian carrot cake from Amoretti. I'll leave a link. No, it's not an affiliate link. You heard me right. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, but they do throw a little chump change. I just let you know because, you know, people say it's not right to tell you or not tell you, so I tell you both. But yeah, so I just assume everything down, I'll tell you it's an affiliate, and then the ones that are not, I'll tell you it's not. But yeah, love this stuff. It is natural, it's got a lot of sugar. It will ferment out if I don't use it right away as far as drinking the beer. But, you know, we don't drink it all during Halloween and the guests don't drink it. And if you're in Jacksonville near Springfield on Halloween, come down Walnut Street, you might get hooked up. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. Yeah, if you've been watching the video this long, throw me a comment. Come on, let me know you watched this far. I don't even have to ask you to hit subscribe or like because we already know you did. I appreciate you massively. Cheers. Thanks again. Had a great day. Damn good beer.